Ladies and gentlemen, lovers of war, traders of great renown, I, the strategic Indian, bid you welcome to my channel, where our motto is think, practice thinking. If you like the content, please do not forget to like and subscribe. Also, leave a comment, which will greatly help with the almighty YouTube algorithm. Wars are expensive. Total wars are totally expensive. Therefore, if you would like to, then you can support my armies and cities via coffee or directly through PayPal. Links are in the description below. Other than a one-time donation, those entering the monthly membership tiers can have my heaven shaker armies named after themselves and watch with pride as they blaze their way to glory. For the city builder in you, whole cities can be named after you, which will last the test of time herself. Thanks in advance for any and all support. Now, on with the show. So, ladies and gentlemen, your favorite loot goblin is back. You had an excellent work week. It's Friday, it's time to relax. And here we have Kera, the old woman who's going to be made to run back to the colony. We survived a second Iron Age raid, which was fantastic. I don't think we lost that many people. And they didn't manage to break much, except a few wall sections towards the outer side, which we are going to repair. Most important thing is that our towers and gates should be holding, and then they couldn't get through. And once you reload the game, then they go back to wearing red underwear, and they go naked. There we go. These were the people who came to rob us. Guess who got robbed? Because here we see them. Look at that. Near to our transpost. They have been completely zoomed in too much. I zoomed in too much. My loot goblinry was too much. The computer couldn't handle my loot goblinry. There we go. Look at this. We got him, boys. We got him. Even a few ladies who came to join in this raid, they also got robbed of all of their clothes. They're left with only the bare essentials because we have taken everything else. Ferocious loot goblins like us, we just take, we do not give. And we have Kirad here who's still continuing her journey to go to a well because she needs to do that. Can you do that while running, please? I'll keep an eye on her because she needs to eat, she needs to drink. She has got very little HP, and if she gets any infection, it's GG for her. So Kirat goes inside that hut. So let's have a look at her. She didn't eat anything, but this is good. If they go inside the hut, then they don't lose any health. They just gain back their sleep meter. They do not get an infection, and they do not get their health reduced because of hunger. So I'm sure Kirad is going to leave once she rests up a little bit. There we can see she's regaining her temperature, she's regaining her sleep meter, and then she's going to go out and have a little bit of a snack, which we have plenty of. We're going to buy iron, let's buy chainmail, let's buy wood, let's buy tannin. 300 is the bill, and I'm going to pay it with 300 with some of these bronze swords that I sculled from the enemy, and some of these bronze spears, and a little bit of this linen cloth because we have it's perfect. 300. Get out of here. So we go up to speed 4. This is what the Ozymandian Kingdom is looking like, ladies and gentlemen. As promised, we have become complete powerhouse. We have got a great weavers district over here. We have metallurgy going through the roof. We have transitioned to iron tools. Just iron, which we are going to feed into making more of these reinforced benches. And right now it is planting season, so let's go and look at how our planting is going. It's going to become a little bit of a chore. We are constantly going to check between the different kinds of Some seasons we will plant really well, some seasons we won't be able to do that. But it's give and take. It really depends on your workloads. And if you don't have really terrible workloads, then you are also going to get pull off a very nice amount of farming. Most of our work is going into cutting down wood because the need for wood is really incessant. And let me check my so we have set fruits to 0. So the next season we are essentially not going to collect any fruits, etc., because we have plenty of food. We have 1060 food for 227 people, so that's more than a 1 to 5 ratio. It's close to 1 to 5 ratio. So you remember we went down to 1 to 1 ratio, and what we have done is we have pushed the boundary and we have gone to 1 to 5 again, which is going to ensure we get a lot of immigrants, which we have space for. We have 303 spaces for 227 people that we hold currently, and the vanilla game only gives you around 300. Around 300 it plateaus. So at that stage, the number of people being born will be equal to the number of people dying off, because a lot more people are going to die off of old age. And therefore it's in the vanilla game not possible to really go above and beyond 300. Max I have done is 310 or 317 was my record, and that was the best I could do. Now look at this beautiful first man architecture, filled to the brim with meat. Look at that beautiful beef and lamb. Oh, this is good stuff. This is good stuff. I like it. Look at this min-maxer heaven right here. Let us now go ahead, slow the game down. We have 121 sticks and 97 wood. Let's hit the tasks panel. We don't have too many outlying tasks. So I'm going to give the order for this particular set of palisades platforms to be upgraded to reinforced platforms. There we go. Let's look at let us increase the number or amount of leather to be made, so that we don't have any raw skin go to waste. Here you can see this is our tanning district along with our storage district, and I found out I can actually put another tannery right there. Don't want to waste anything. No squares getting wasted. It's either occupied by an outlet, or it is occupied by a particular building. So here we have the banners of the Weavers District. Look at that. Look at this. This is the Red Boar Weavers District. As promised on the very first trial, I wanted to make a Red Boar cheese factory, but I made a Red Boar Weavers District. Look at that. These are very, very proud pieces of linen and garments that our colony is producing, and along with beautiful metal. Look how beautiful this game is, and we have got a very nice promotional material for our Weavers District. Very famous workers are working in our colony, in addition to master brewer makers, master brewers, like we can see over here. We have Korgol beer hand. So Korgol, he has been a notorious drunk in all the other villages, but he could understand the interplay between hops and barley, and he is over here making some really, really good brews. He's looking around because he often gets chased down because of his drunkenness. So he does look around, but he has got a very good hand. And there we go. We have made some good frothy beer, which he is now going to go ahead and store somewhere. Or he's going to chug it. Look at that nice froth on that beer. This is attention to detail, which I love. Right now, here we are going past the ovens where we make all of the bread, and then we just throw the bread on the ground. There we can see bread on the ground. And Korgol continues his drunken ways, going through our beautiful planned city, which is guarded by all the towers, and we have got adequate protection, and I'm pretty sure anything happens, we are going to be able to go through and win. So let's leave Korgol to his drunken ways, because I need to look at the production of these reinforced platforms which are going up. So let's have a look. There we go. Reinforced platforms are going up. That means we have the capability of enough iron and enough woods and sticks to very quickly make these reinforced platforms. These are going to have more people on them, and therefore we are going to be able to fire more projectiles from each of them. And therefore any army which is coming against us is going to have more angry projectiles aimed at them. It's Angry Birds, but in real life. Let me quickly check. Yes, this gate is also up. This was the only gate that they managed to break last time, and we have gotten it back up again. We are really getting bothered by the lack of clothes, but it's a bit of catch up that we need to play. We had to do quite a lot of things in the past, and therefore we couldn't give clothes to everybody. Or probably what happened is that we made a large batch of clothes and they all just disintegrated at the same time. Here we can see somebody carry some bread, a huge loaf of bread. Look at that, dusted with flour. Ah, this is beautiful. Beautiful. He's going to store it in some granary, I'm sure, which is very nearby. So that allows a very small amount of walking. And therefore he can then go on to the next task. We can see, there we go, he keeps it in the granary and then goes on to his next task. So minimizing walk distances is basically what is the name of the game. We have got the entire let us upgrade. Oh, we have a little bit of some of the crops rye went bad. That is why we do multi planting. So if we had only rye, then we would have a gigantic mess in that we would not get anything harvested because all of it would be sick. But that is why we went through and I explained clearly how you should go about farming in Dawn of Man. Every time just make sure you check the... We can go to Steel Age at any time we choose, but we choose not to go there because I still have a huge backlog for iron. A lot of things to be made with iron before I need to go to tools. Let me quickly check how many tin mines I have because my tin is falling. So I have only one tin mine for a bunch of copper mines. So I will need to make some tin mines. I have enough logs, so let's just look around and find some tin mines. There we go. This is a tin mine which is a little further away, but it is on the same shore and therefore that has got higher priority. We will not have any tin mines over here. Not nearby anyways. We have got more over here. And I like these tin mines because they are next to a water source. So mining does make them a bit thirsty. And then they can easily have a nice drink and don't die of thirst. Because the toons are pretty stupid and they tend to do ridiculous things. This is also a very nice clump. I'm going to avoid tin mines which are on the other shore because there is no need to go over there. Let's speed up and let's watch the harvest roll in. So in today's episode, I will try to make all these platforms into reinforced platforms. So over here, for example, in this corner, we have got reinforced platforms. We shall require more. Oh, look, cows. Cows. I'm such a sucker for cows. As soon as I see aurochs, I really, my hands twitch. I really can't control myself. I stop people from praying, respecting our venerable ancestors, and making them go for cows. So some stupid wolf decided to waltz in. This is funny. Old female wolves don't have any bones. They're boneless wolves, apparently. Right. We again ran out of tannin for the amount of raw skins we have. So I'm going to bring the tannin down to 30 so that I don't continuously put that task in and then it doesn't do anything for me. Some goat died. Right. Let us now go. So more or less the farming is done. We got all the flax. That's fantastic because that will be turned into cash products. So that I'm going to get in also in this episode. So let's upgrade this one. This side is very nice because it is protected by the water. So if they do manage to hit us while these defenses are down, we still have a lot of protection on this side because we have got the river which they will have to cross getting slowed down, and meanwhile the tower is going to give quite a lot of fire. Blizzard has hit, so let's ring the bell. And of course in blizzard years it's very important to go and have a look that your people are not doing anything stupid. They are coming back. Raider attack, and it comes from the side where we put, this is so lucky, guys. This is so lucky. Luckily, none of these what do you call these platforms were actually taken down. So they have not been deconstructed, and this is when the raid has come in. So let's close these doors and leave the others open so that people can still come inside the house and warm themselves up. Now you can clearly see we have a lot of people on the ramparts ready with mail armor. So let's zoom into Vorak, hero Vorak. Let us zoom in, and out goes our fire. I'm going to keep this in the primal eye. Should I take it out of the primal eye? Let's get out of the primal eye. Amma is firing. They are trying to cross the bridge. So the first wave that they sent in, this is really fortunate for us because they got split up. Some of them went ahead and attacked us. Some were busy crossing the river. Some are coming directly to our people, and I think they are out of breath. So they have a stamina bar, and then the stamina is out. Oh, look at them. They're just standing there and getting massacred. Glory to the Ozymandian Kingdom. We are taking them out. Look at this. They're just standing there. Oh, somebody. Oh, why do you have to do this? Why do you have to do this? Let's zoom in again. So somebody who was firing ran out of, the durability on their bows or something ran out. And therefore, there we go. We win. We carried the day. They're running. There we go. Somebody was running right there and we got him. Yeah, we got him, boys. Everybody is cold. So let me quickly close off the alarm, open all the gates, make sure everybody gets in. Because this is a blizzard year. This is the strongest test of the Ozymandian Kingdom yet. Because we have got blizzard. We have got a bunch of raiders coming in, which forces us to get out of the house. And we carried the day. So let me go ahead and make some boxes to just check if anybody is out there. I don't see anybody. So draw these large boxes and then make sure if there is anybody who gets caught up. You ring the bell again and hopefully they don't go out there and die. So Balzor was going out, so I'm gonna pull him back. Bhanek already died. You don't need to go anywhere, come back home. So winters with blizzards, be extra careful, extra careful. They broke down one reinforced one platform, so that is something that we are going to reinforce. And we're going to slowly reinforce everything. We are continuing building a lot of mail. We are already at 152, and we need to go to 162. So we're almost there. Actually, we have an overabundance. We have got enough leather armor. So I'm gonna cross out the leather armor making because I don't need that. Better to put my leather into carts and other things. So I'm gonna manually make sure that they don't make any more. There we go. 4 armorers are all we have in the Ozymandian Kingdom, but that's all we need. We have got 225 animals, 224, somebody croaked, for 300 stable space, which is more than enough. The only place where we don't have a double door is right here. There's only one door which is allowed because the ground is quite steep, but that's more than enough. We have started our plowing already, and I'm going to give orders for the outer gates to also go ahead and get reinforced. No. It says some of our peoples don't have tools. I don't know why. We should have an overabundance. Let's buy some bronze because they were crying for a tin for a long time. And remember, the trader is never going to get you whatever you are lacking. So never rely on the trader for anything. Guy is a jerk. Let's give a stone. Get out of here. This time we have 190% workload for a lot of workload. Let's check what all of that is going into making leather, yes, into making tools and cutting down, getting all the tannin in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce the amount of tannin being brought in because I don't need that much leather. Let's bring it down to 100. This time I don't think we'll be able to harvest to plant enough of these flax. I don't think that's going to happen. 11 donkeys died from exhaustion. Let's buy up all the things that would make life easy. You can clearly see how quickly the turnaround time is for the trader. That basically tells us how good our colony is. So if you look at the welfare, for example, it says 93%. However, I've had times when this was at 100% and I had no people come in for ages. So always check the number of people you are getting in terms of immigration and how quickly the market guy is coming through. The more he is coming through, that means the better your colony is run. We are going to give them a little bit of a rest. Let us go ahead. So when you see a lot of stuff just lying around, as you can see over here, there's a bunch of stuff lying around, which tells me that yeah, there is a huge backlog of stuff, because all of these things are often not picked up. So you can clearly see we bought iron ore, we got copper ore, beautiful red and green respectively, along with a little bit of food and chainmail, which is all just lying here. Meanwhile, we have this nice lady maintaining this tower, so that tells me that they have still a lot of extra work. So let's just not give them any extra work anymore. Let them build up these reinforced towers, which they are doing right now. Storm is coming in. Perfect timing. Beautiful stormy weather. Storms are something you don't have any control over. And what you can only control is that they are going to lose morale whenever there is a storm. What you can do is maintain enough totem poles, enough flags, enough beer, so that they can quickly get back their morale. Some wolf decided to foolishly walk inside the Ozymandian Kingdom, got its ass handed to it, and there it is lying there. I'm not even going to harvest it. We have an overabundance of flax, so nothing to worry about at this stage. So let's go ahead. Well, if I had lower workloads, then I would go for making a lot of fish traps, because they are excellent cash items. I can very quickly buy a lot of things, but let's look at the work which is already lying there for us waiting. So all of this meat, which is actually dried, is just sitting here on the first man architecture, and that is something which needs to get moved into the granaries, because that's where they are stored, and then they have extra life on the granaries, and especially now that we can even go for straddle granaries, that we can also do. Yeah, you can clearly see a lot of our granaries are filling up. Oh, our granaries are filling up. Look at that. All these granaries are not yet full, because they are towards the back and most of our food comes in from the front end. So let's go ahead and give an order for 4 straddle granaries to be built. That will involve a little bit of rearrangement of stuff. So food which is stored here needs to go to the back granaries, because there is space for them over there, and then we are going to upgrade these granaries. Workload 106%, nothing to worry about. But this is the Iron Age after all, and a lot of work needs to be done. We got still these platforms needs to go up. We have the raw goods which are needed to build them. They are already on the site. Like this one needs 1 log, so but we have plenty of logs. We should be fine. Copper mines exhausted, don't care about it. We have enough copper. I'm not going to build up any more copper mines and tin mines, because what we want is that slowly we are going to transition to iron tools. And the reason for that is, when you have to get say bronze tools, you need to go to disparate places. You need to go to a copper mine, you need to go to tin mine, get stuff, and then make your bronze. But if you go to the iron mine, you get everything in one go, and you can come back and you are ready to smelt, you are ready to make tools from them. But that's not the case when you have bronze. So we want to transition away from it, but not yet, not just yet. We still have a long way to go. We still have a long way to go. Let's get this harvest in, And of course, this is the harvest season, so let's do a quick scan using the primal eye. I don't see any raiders. That's good. We have caught up in terms of wool cloth. We have to catch up in terms of linen cloth. So that is the summer cloth they are still lacking currently. That is 195 and we need 233. So we are 40-ish short, but we are going to get there. If you remember, in the previous episode, we had started with 237 people is when we entered the Iron Age. So all the losses we had right now were from raids and from hypothermia and people dying from old age. We didn't have any starvation events yet. Let's hope that that never happens. I'll ring the bell because I see somebody who is walking around with a high amount of thirst. So that, of course, forces them to recheck their needs and then they go for water immediately. Somebody got killed by a bear. Well, yeah, happens. Oh, raider attack during the harvesting season. That's no good. So let's ring the bell and let's close off these two. Please get inside. There we go. We still have a few adults who are going to lumber home. And after this adult, I am going to close this particular set of doors. If somebody has to come around, they have to just go around. We have only one door at this sector, so that's a bit worrisome because it didn't get constructed. Yeah, somebody is walking around. Yeah, rip. Arza is not going to make it for sure. It'll be a miracle if she makes it. Yeah, there we go. Dead. They are going around. So now I'm going to close this door so that they go to the next door where they are also going to get shot at. We have Thured walking around with a shiv, so let's use her. She has got a bronze knife. Come on, stick her. Stick him, Thured. Get him. Get him. Okay, they're running from her. Yeah, there we go. There she's chasing. She's chasing. Oh, we got him. Everybody's dead. Okay. This is the harvesting season. I can't stick around. Sorry. So they celebrate, and this is fantastic that their entire morale is going to recover, because when they fight raids, then they get morale recovery. So over here they broke the inner gate, so I'm going to deconstruct the outer gate so that I can build both the gates. And this is nice. Both of them are going to be reinforced gates, which I really like because they have an additional amount of HP. All of that which is needed for me to continue my kills on the raiders. This needs to get built. They couldn't even break anything over here, and they don't even try to break anything because there is no way for them to go ahead and hit these walls because they're protected by transposts. Later, what I'm going to do is that I have these empty spaces which I'm going to fill in with flags. Not just yet, because flags require iron, and iron is something we require a lot of. I can see that tin is climbing. That is good news for us, and that will allow us to make bronze. We have got 44 bronze right now, and we have enough of these smiths to quickly go and build up the collection of tools that we so require. Now, this time, let's think. I don't have enough wood, so I'm not going to make any more reinforced platforms. What I'm going to do is give orders to build some fish traps, because this is a fantastic tool to make money, and I love money. So let's go. Let's ring the bell so that everybody goes ahead and does put on a nice clothes, the right kind of clothes. I am going to check out my wood cutting areas because I think they are exhausted. Yes, I'm not bringing in any extra wood. That automatically tells me that wood has been exhausted. So let's move this guy. Let's go to the next one. Yep, clear. We've clear cut the forest over here also, so let's move that. People are dying of starvation. What's wrong with you? How do you achieve that? This is really aggravating. This is also exhausted, so I'm going to move this forward. A lot of trees grew back, and that's fantastic because then they move forward, and that's nearer to the colony. This is also an excellent place for them to cut trees from, quite nearby. Let's check this one. Almost cut. So I'm going to pick this one up, move it closer to the colony. Let's ring the bell once again because I don't want people dying from hypothermia. Let's check this. Beautiful. Oh, this can be moved. Okay. Oh, okay. This is further away. So I was moving away from the colony. Always keep a very good mental map of which direction you're going in, and always prioritize things which are nearer to the colony. We are not going to go into building any megaliths and stone circles at this stage because we are not in a position to do so, honestly. 6 people have joined. Look at that. Look at that, guys. 6 people have joined. Fantastic. 6 people joining means that you're doing the best job for the colony. I have only one occasion where I had 7 people join on the vanilla game. This is great. Tin mine exhausted. Don't care about it. This will be a nice time. Look at this. There was a donkey which had his head in the wall. Okay, so since the last time we didn't have a good planting, I'm going to ask them to plant. So I'm going to manually pick up people to plant, because once you do that, then enough of them are going to start planting. And that is of course positive because then you get the entire planting done. I don't expect any raids in the planting season because they raided us in the harvest season, which is unfortunate, but we are going to make the best out of it. There is nothing we can do. The only thing which we can do is this unsubstantiated claim which I have, that if you look around in that particular season and you don't spot anybody coming in, then nobody can spawn very close to your colony. That's unproven. But I'm not in the business of fake news, and therefore take that with a pinch of salt. But it's a very useful tip nonetheless. We have got excellent amount of farming going on. Hey, look at that. First straddle granary is up. Let's look at the second straddle granary grow up. This will increase our food capacity tremendously. Therefore, we are going to be able to store a lot of food much closer to the source, and that is going to ensure that we have far less work to do. There we go. Look at that. Straddle granary is up, boys. We are cruising at speed 4. This is your captain speaking. We are over 1,000 food. We are going to buy a lot of metallurgy and hay things. We don't, and we are going to pay in bones. Weather is fantastic. Our planting season is going full-fledged. Look at that. We have already planted on the near bank. Marza has died of starvation because Marza is stupid. And we have reached close to 13,000 food. 1,300 food. My bad. 1,300 food. All of that is coming from bread and meat. So these guys are having a lot of hamburgers. And that is something I'm quite proud of. Giranob has died of starvation because Giranob was intellectually challenged. But we love everybody in this colony, so Giranob will also get a nice place to rest. All of our defenses are going to be upgraded. I don't have enough wood, So let's just check how goes our... There we go. We are producing a lot of these fish traps. And all of these fish traps are going to be traded because I'm not going to do any fishing in this entire game. It's not worth it. I'm going to buy these leather, these linen things because I need to build up a stock. And I'm going to give away some of these leather armors because I don't have any need for them. Because I have plenty of chainmail, and chainmail is where we want to be. We planted everything in this season, so great job, guys, great job. Nomek has died of starvation. There's something going wrong. Strange, 3 people dying of starvation with so much abundance of food. That just breaks my heart. So let's check. The straddle granaries have got 6 more slots, so 6 times 10 is got 60. So they can store 180 food, and so let us upgrade all of these straddle granaries in one go, because we have a bit of wood come in, we have a bit of straw also. And now we are going to really become a powerhouse in terms of food, especially meat, because we have 100 heads of cattle. That is how prosperous this Ozymandian Kingdom is. This one first man architecture is not able to dry all the food. That is how much food we have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the other food dryers. So let's go ahead and do that. So I need to put down a dolmen. So this is just a skeleton, so I'm not going to ask them to build this. This is just going to be placeholder. Let's put in a spiritual stone circle right there, and around the stone circle I'm going to surround it by food dryers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you turn it and you go 1, 2, turn, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Then we are going to ask for this dolmen and for the stone circle to go away. We have plenty of sticks, we have plenty of logs. Let's build up a few more reinforced platforms. I'm not going to ask for too many to be built up, because we do expect a raid in the next season. There we go, raid is here. Hey, this is fantastic. I said that and then I pressed the alarm and my heart skipped a beat, because there could have been people standing here. So in case you have the raiders with your own people nearby, what you want to do is run them away before you press the alarm button, because else they will immediately start attacking the raiders. This guy is bent on drinking water while death. I'm gonna make him run the other way, because yeah, he's not gonna make it inside the gates, and then I have to keep the gates open and they're gonna sneak in. Let's close the 2 gates, which we always do. Let's go in and have a look at Zamek, who is chained, who's got a chainmail, who has got a compound bow, and we have our initial shots being fired at the enemy. The enemy is spreading out. They're coming in a single file, because that's how we made the bridge. We are going to make it very complicated for them to cross this river, because the longer they take to come across, the more shots I can pour at them. And this is what human beings have been doing from time immemorial. No point inventing and reinventing the wheel. It's already been invented here at Dawn of Man. One person is dead. Emin is dead by this raider. And this is the best season for the raid to come in because it's summer. We don't do anything during the summer. We just catch up during the summer. There we go. One person killed. One person killed in an Iron Age raid. That is how good this system is. So let's go ahead, be a bit tyrannical. I am going to give 5 more reinforced platforms to be made because we just finished the raid. Therefore, there is no chance of another raid come in. So we have a bit of time, which would allow us to buy some stuff. I'm going to buy up any and all linen outfits because I'm really tired of this loud notification bell that they have. It's really the worst sound that they could have picked. And then they went ahead and chose that. They really had a meeting like, what's the most annoying sound that we can choose? And then the intern who was working there, you know, he's the uncle's son. And then this uncle's son, he's a bright boy. He's a bright boy. He doesn't have a degree yet. He doesn't have a degree. He's never designed games before, but hey, we gotta give him the chance. He's my uncle's son, so he's the best choice. He's the best choice, guys. So no doubt, this is what nepotism does. Uncle's son comes in, chooses the loudest and most obnoxious cacophonous sound other than crows cawing. I'm sorry, crows. I love crows. Crows make a more mellifluous tone than this notification sound that this game chose. They went with that because Uncle's son, the great intern, told them to do so. Fresh-faced teenager, 0 life experience, goes out there. This is what we should go for, guys. This is what the people want. This is what they are doing on the Twitch. This is what they're doing on the Instagram. And Uncle there doesn't know about Twitch. Uncle there doesn't know about Instagram. So he's impressed because terms are getting thrown in. We are going to get... I have been a scientist most of my life, but I have also worked with corporate people, and then you really see the difference. You really see the difference that scientists really think before opening their mouth, and then it's backed up with science and years of data and training. And then you have these corporate people just speaking nonsense, and they can't back it up. It's just what they feel at that moment, and it's my feelings. It's my feelings, you know. My feelings tell me that we should do this. Let's choose the loudest sound, and that's what should go in this. That's what they go and do. 80% workload during the harvest season. So I'm going to ask for these trees to be cut, which is going to push us over 100 logs, which is going to stop all these extra logs being caught. So there we go. We have the second meat drying, almost a square built, which tells us that having this one food dryer is actually not enough. You need more because that's how much food we produce in the Ozymandian Kingdom. Our straddle granaries continue to struggle a little bit, but they're going to go up. They're going to go up. We already have this one up. I would really hope that the straggle granaries should have double capacity than normal granaries, but they don't. Blizzard, that's no good. So I'm going to keep an eye on what these guys are doing because we have a lot of log cutting jobs, and I don't want them going out to cut logs from very far away. So there is somebody over here going to get sticks. Where are you going to get sticks from? Let's follow this guy. Ked, where are you going to get sticks from? Why are you taking a cart with you to get sticks, Ked? What's wrong with you? And you're cold. Go back. I don't even want to see the stupidity. I think I'm collectively dumb because of having looked at this. I think we're collectively stupid. We lost brain cells looking at kid. He pulled an entire sled while he's getting cold for no reason to go and get sticks. We have sticks here. We have sticks at home. What's wrong with you? Alright guys, run back. We have a storm coming, which is no good. So I'm gonna ring the bell again. Right. People who are cold actually are not... Some people are dying of hypothermia. He said. God, I hate how loud these storms are. You can have PTSD. If you play this game way too long, you get PTSD from this. I'm gonna not buy any more chainmail because I have plenty. I'm not gonna buy any more food because I have plenty. Let's give away these fish traps. Let's give away fish traps. And fish traps cost 20 each, so that's a lot. Milk is beginning to go bad because we have 175 milk. We can push up our cheese production, but we don't have enough cheesemakers to take care of this. Right now, production is through the roof. We have crossed 1,500 food. Ladies and gentlemen, we have crossed 1,500 food. And me, the greedy min-maxer that I am not even going to put the brakes on this. There are no brakes. Ozymandian Kingdom does not have any brakes. Let's build up more straggle granaries, and I'm going to put up some food drying right next to it. I can also have one more storage granary, straddle granary right here, because at this space the ground is a bit undulated, so I couldn't build one more house. So I'm going to put a straddle granary, which we are definitely going to need given our huge amount of food overproduction. So we are not going to buy any more food. We don't need to, because we have hit the ratio of 1 to 5. As I said initially, that having a 1 to 5 food ratio is ideal for getting the maximum number of people into your colony. We are doing well. We have 240 people-ish in the colony. Workload is high because this is, after all, the planting season. Let them plant. Let there be planting. I'm seeing a bunch of horses just being hitched to the plows. So I'm going to give the order for only cows to do this, because then the horses can go ahead and get into the business of pulling carts. I'm going to go check how many carts we have got, because we have close to 100 horses and donkeys total. So I should have many more carts auto-produced than I am having currently. So let's go over there. Let's hit number 7. 33% would be 60 carts. So let's go to 50%. So that's a 92 carts. We are going to bump up our cart production. Look how loud that notification is. I'm going to put the noise down on this so that you can be spared this PTSD inducing alert that they have in this game. Turgor wins the chart for being the stupid person of this year by dying of starvation. Congratulations. And we have another person over here, extremely hungry, Balek. Well, at least he has full life, so won't do anything stupid. So he's drinking water. Then he's drinking milk. And there goes our farming is continuing. And we have not yet picked up things from the last year. So that means that, yeah, we have a bit of workload. So, but now, right now, it doesn't matter. We have got a very good system. We have got, this side is protected by steel reinforced platform. So I'm going to do the other ones, which are yet to be upgraded. And then I think these guys are already upgraded. No, this side is not. This side is not upgraded at all. And these are upgraded. One of them is broken, so let's go ahead and put in a reinforced platform. Reinforced platforms here, reinforced platforms here. So only you need to go up. We have plenty of wood and sticks to go ahead. No, I'm not going to buy any more food. I promised myself I'm going to be responsible. I'm going to pay them in bones. There we go. Bunch of pigs just died, and that is going to give me a huge amount of food, extra food. We have 575 grain, so I'm going to bump up the amount of beer I make to 250, because then some of this grain actually gets used up. We have a bit of a critical situation in that this side, no, I shouldn't upgrade this side, because if a raid comes over here, and it is almost raid season, then I can get into trouble. So let's not get into trouble. Let us stay out of trouble, and we continue to build up our reinforced platforms over here, which are the middle sectors. So that's where, if we the raiders don't come over here except because they are channeled through these gates, and therefore they have lower priority. And therefore I do it not with the high priority ones. High priority ones are the corners, of course, and therefore I'm not going to upgrade this corner, giving my people a chance to catch up. Bunch of these wolves are really bothering me. Do I have anybody nearby? Because this has bothered me so much. No, never take decisions in anger. Forget it. We are still not crossing that 237 high point which we had when we entered the previous episode, which tells me that that people are dying of starvation with so much food remaining is actually something worrisome. So it's about to be harvest season, so let's go ahead and do a scan, because I don't want any raiders to come, and if they do come, then I at least spot them. Workload too high, 152%. Oh, look, cows. No, leave it be, leave it be, leave it be. I hope those wolves which are attacking my boys, they pick a fight with those aurochs nearby and then get eliminated themselves. I'm gonna move wood cutting place, because that one was quite empty, and that is quite nearby to our colony. That's very important. Let's get out of this epilepsy inducing primal eye and continue to watch this beautiful harvest. Everybody is out to harvest. They're singing songs and harvesting. Let's look at our tasks panel. Always check tasks panel. I have it hotkey to number 5, because number 4, 1 to 4 controls my speed. Number 5 is for the tasks panel. 7 is my limits, so then I can clearly see what I need to build, how much, and with that also I produce a control. I exert a control on my workloads, because if I think something is not needed, then I can reduce the amount of that by pressing number 7 and then going in and reducing the limit for that particular item. Point is, the other seasons, raider attack is coming in, so that will be it for this time. What I have is somebody very close by, so that's why don't ring the bell as soon as you see a raid come in. This guy would have been toast. He would have been eternal toast. So let's ring the bell now and still tell him to go away. This will be it for this episode. Thank you for joining in, and I hope to catch you back for the next one. This has been the Strategic Indian signing out.